Madden 24 is going to be releasing early. Let's talk about it. Now, Socials family, and welcome back to another Madden 24 video. Hope you watching this one are having a wonderful start to your day. In this one, we'll go over some truth and some speculation about Madden 24's updated release date. Okay, now let's get started with the number one truth, the number one most important truth that I want to talk about in this video, which is Madden 24's release date moving from August 15th to August 14th. Now, I know if you look online, if you look at EA Sports' official website, it's not going to say that the release date has changed to August 14th, but if you go to the Xbox store or the PlayStation store, which is probably the more important place to look, the updated release date is August 14th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. Pacific Time. If you're Central Time or Mountain Time, do the math. Now, the way we know that is very, very simple. I'm going to start this off by popping up a screenshot of the Xbox store on the screen. As you guys can see, it says the game is playable on August 14th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, fellas. That means if you've already purchased the game, that's when you can download it, that's when you can play it. And boys, no, this isn't just something that's going to be happening to Xbox players. Thankfully, it also happens for PlayStation players. If I search up Madden 24 right here, of course, talking about the deluxe edition version of the game. For the standard edition, this isn't going to be the case. It might be the case. It might actually release a day earlier, but the main one I'm talking about right here is deluxe edition. And as you guys can see, it says Madden 24 is dropping in 12 days and 5 hours for me personally. And at the time I'm recording this video, it is August 12th at 11:12 p.m. I am on Pacific time. So when we add 12 days to that, that goes to August 14th. When we add 5 hours to that time, that brings the time when this game is downloadable up to 5 p.m. Pacific time, which of course is the same as what we saw in the Xbox store where it was 8 p.m. Eastern time. Those are going to be the same thing, fellas. If you guys didn't know how time zones work, it's the same thing. So yeah, when this timer reaches 0, that's when you can download the game. And for me personally, and for those of you guys that are on Xbox, the game will already be downloaded for you. If you have auto download selected right here, the game should download on the 12th. So it's already going to be ready to go. All you're literally gonna have to do is just click play or start. I'm not sure what the button will be. It'll be one of those though. Okay, so that of course is a W in my personal opinion, and that is gonna be confirmed. That is truth. Unless EA Sports changes this and they change the timer, which I don't think they're gonna do, the game will be playable on August 14th. But fellas, could it be available any sooner? Let's talk about some theory in the second half of this video. The first part of this video was all evidence, like you guys could see right there. You could see it on the Xbox store. It's playable early. But let's talk about a little bit of theory right here, which could allow us to maybe use the New Zealand trick, or could allow us to maybe get EA Play and have EA Sports release the game early over there. Okay, so starting it off with the New Zealand trick. If you guys didn't know, this does not work on PlayStation, but it does work on Xbox, and it's a little bit inconsistent on Xbox, but it will work. Basically, what you'll do is you'll go through here, you'll go to your account, and you'll change your time zone. Now, changing your time zone, the reason why that's going to matter is because if I said, for example, I was in New Zealand, which if you didn't know, is a time zone that's much, much further ahead of us, essentially what would happen is I'd be tricking my console into thinking that I'm further ahead in the future, therefore allowing me to play the game early. I'm basically tricking my console by saying, you know what, I'm 10 hours ahead in the future, and that would allow me to play the game 10 hours early. Now, I will say this does not work on PlayStation. Unless I'm incorrect, it hasn't worked on PlayStation in the past couple of years. It does work on Xbox though. So if you guys want a full dedicated video where I go over how the New Zealand glitch works, how you can use it on your Xbox account, be sure to hit that sub button down below. I will probably have that dropping in the next few days. And of course, if you're watching this video and you want more updates on how you can download Madden early, any glitches we get to be able to play early, hit that sub button as well. It just takes 1 second. And of course, while you're down there, optional, but drop a like. I'd appreciate it, my boy. So it's kind of wait and see to figure out whether or not the New Zealand trick will work. But of course, I'll be going through and showcasing how you can at least try and trigger it. And then it's really just up to EA Sports as to whether or not they allow it to work. Now, the other theory that I want to mention, and this is something that I've talked with Xerxes about, this is something that I've talked with other people about as well, and that's going to be EA Sports pushing out the EA Access trial maybe a day early or 2 days earlier from what they had originally said. Now, if you didn't know, EA Access is basically something you pay $5 for, and it allows you guys to trial Madden 24 for a 10-hour time period. Now, what EA Sports has done in past years is really just out of the blue, they'll launch this. They'll launch it 2 days before Madden's release. They'll launch it 3 days before Madden's release. Last year, they didn't end up doing that, but I know they were actually planning on dropping EA Access early. They just didn't end up getting around to it. So I would suspect that this year we might get EA Access dropping maybe the 14th, maybe the 13th. I don't expect it to be on the 12th because from what I've heard, of course, Game Changers will have the game early. They'll be able to make their videos, but from what I've heard, it seems like a timeline where EA Access could maybe be dropping and Madden 24 could be on there is potentially August 13th. If I had to throw a dart on the board and say, okay, if EA Access is dropping, what day will it be? I would say August 13th at 8 p.m. Eastern time. That's 24 hours before the game is downloadable. And honestly, it makes sense for EA Sports to do this. By dropping EA Access, EA Sports is making money. Like, you have to pay $5 to get EA Access, and that's literally just free money in their pockets. A lot of people wouldn't even have EA Access if it wasn't for the 10-hour trial on Madden. So by adding that on there, they're gonna make a fairly significant amount of cash. So here's what I'm thinking, just to recap. First of all, we know the Deluxe Edition is playable on the 14th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. We also know that the New Zealand glitch might work. It might allow us to play early, it might not. That one's kind of 50-50, but I've got a hunch that EA Access will be coming out 24 hours before the release date. So 24 hours before 8 p.m. on the 14th, which would make it 8 p.m. on the 13th. That's what I'm thinking EA Access will be. Now, of course, I could be wrong. Those last 2 points are speculation. We know for a fact it'll be available on the 14th, but we don't know anything past that. But just stay on the lookout over on my Twitter, over on my YouTube channel. You better believe if they make this game downloadable on EA Access, if they have any glitches with the New Zealand stuff, I'll be covering it as quickly as I possibly can. So yeah, that's gonna do it for me. Hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. If you want to check out some more Madden 24 content, click right here. I go over all the cards that have been released so far, which isn't really that many, but we also talk about what those stats mean on the players, what those stats mean regarding how speed's gonna move this year, what those stats mean regarding how EA Sports is gonna give out attributes. So if you want to check that out, click right here, and until next time, I'm out. Peace. Also, I know my haircut's terrible.